Hello, my crafty friends. It's Sue, your not so crafty crafter, and I am here with a bit of a Hobby Lobby haul. Most of it is clearance except for the top item you see here, and actually a sale item or two. So really the only thing I paid full price for was this periodic table of elements. Remember these guys from physical science and chemistry? Yeah, I actually am in a physical science class with a student that I'm working with this year. And this is a little above her abilities. So when it comes to the special ed teacher making tests, I want to make it as clear as possible for her. We did get a black and white copy, but I am a visual learner. So these color codings will help me break it down a whole lot more. So yeah, I was actually talking to the science teacher asking if he had any ideas other than Amazon. I said, I was thinking Walmart, and he said, go to Hobby Lobby. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. And he's like, well, I said, because I love Hobby Lobby, but when I go, my husband always is on me. You've got enough. You don't need any more. I do need this. So I went to Hobby Lobby. Of course, I couldn't get this without getting these. So I had gone last week to a store in Des Moines, and they were pretty much wiped out of all the clearance stuff. So I wasn't thinking I was going to walk away with anything yesterday, but I did. I walked away with quite a bit. They had quite a few dies, very little stamps left, but quite a few dies left. So I was happy. And then I got a couple of autumn items as well. So let's just jump right in. I did get a pack of these last week. They're on my desk here somewhere. But I just absolutely loved these orchid flowers. They're so pretty. They're showing up a lot darker on my camera than they actually are. Like this one is really dark in the camera, but it's quite a pretty shade of pinkish purple. That's very dark too, but it's actually very light lavender. So yeah, these are, and they were only $1.49. So those are cool. And I will put those in my flower collection for spring. Then I had seen somebody do the red ones of these, and then just like a plain, like clear. These look like they're a little bit holographic. And I thought, oh, how pretty would that be as a center of a snowflake, especially the bigger Tim Holtz snowflakes. So I might need to break one or two of those out and play around with them and see how those work. They are adhesive backed, and they are 14 millimeters, so they're big, and there's 16 pieces in each. They were 99 cents. They had a bunch of these, so I only grabbed two. As for stamps, this was what I found that caught my eye. Now, I did buy a stamp last week. It was the kitty cubbies. So it's kitty cat house, or one of those, you know, climbing trees for kitty cats with the cushions and the bedding and all that. This is bird houses. So, and my husband loves to bird watch. So not so much as a hobby, but to put bird feeders out on our front porch, hang them off of shepherd's hooks, and just in the springtime watch them come and eat. And we get a hummingbird every once in a while, so it's kind of cool. And that was $3.49. And then the other one I found was one of my olders. And just some really cool birthday sentiments. Be happy, get your happy on. A little bit older, a lot more fabulous. Shake it. You don't stop dancing when you get old, but you get old when you stop dancing, and I love that. It's wonderful to be younger and full of life. Remember? Sending you a smile to lift your day. Happy birthday. Let's see that happy dance. Aged to perfection and full-bodied. That is me. Here's to birthdays and living to be 110 pounds. Smile while you still have teeth, dance it out, and you're never too old to do goofy things. I just love these sentiments. So, yeah. And I actually need to break these out, stamp a bunch of them, and then have them to color on those nights when I don't want to do anything else. I used to do that all the time, and I got away from it. I don't know why. Then we have this, a Sizzix 3D Impressions embossing folder. You see this writing on the top of here. I have a Gemini. Sometimes the 3D folders, actually most of the time, I cannot get these to work. So this morning I played a little bit, and I actually found the perfect combination. Now this one I did, here it is. You can't see that very well. I spritzed it with water, but then I did my plate and my embossing folder, and it obviously wasn't enough pressure. So then what I did is I took my plate with my metal shim and then my embossing folder, no top plate, and it came out much better. So I will be using that as a card base at some point. I may still use this one. It's just very subtle. So got that one, and that was only $3.24. Originally $12.99. Then I got a couple of Tim Holtz dies. The other one is down here. I did not put it together because this is a colorized. This is just a Thinlits die. Yeah, this is just a Thinlits die. It isn't. It is a multi-piece die, but it's not a colorized. So I went ahead and put that together. And what I did was, when these pieces cut out, I just used dimensional tape because I didn't want to have to use 18 shades. That's why I didn't put this one together. This is so many different shades. There's 9 dies in here. So I will play with that someday. My husband loves, or not my husband, my younger son who's on the spectrum loves dinosaurs. Now, is that a dinosaur or is that a dragon? To me, it looks like a dragon, but it's all good. And it was $8.74, originally $34.99. So that was a good price. And I love that you get these plastic, heavy gauge plastic envelopes for these. They just keep everything stored nice and secure. Because there's some small bits and parts here. Now, for whatever reason, when I made this flower, there should be a piece right here. You see that indentation? It cut out, but don't ask me where it is. And this is a piece that would be a different color for the stamen. Same with this, or even the bottom piece could be a different color. But I think that came out really pretty. I'm just going to add a little sentiment down here, and I'll have a card. So there's that. I'm going to actually keep that in the envelope. Oh. I keep the original packaging as long as I can for things such as this. When it starts to rip, I'll just put it in a VL pocket. Okay, now this one is Ruber. And again, $34.99, $8.24. And I didn't put this together because there are so many videos out there with these colorized dies. And they've been around for a few years. This one is actually from 2020. So he's been around for 2 years. Next one was this giant birthday die along with the happy. Now, it gives you instructions here. I saved the negative on that because, you never know. I cut it out in black because I wanted it against the silver, but it didn't work because the base is black. It creates something that looks like this. Now, all of the letters cut out individually, same with the happy and the birthday. And it tells you to cut a piece of cardstock slightly smaller than 8.5 by 3.5 to create a base to build your card from. I cut it a little longer and then trimmed it. I cut it to those specifications and trimmed it down. And this is what I came up with. I don't know. You're not going to see the whole thing. So I put it on a black card base. And then I cut the black happy. But, of course, putting it like in between here, you can't really see it. So I went with red. And then I'll just put that on a slimline card. And I've got actually a very nice masculine card there. This one was $7.49, originally $30. I kept the black letters, and I also kept the negative piece because I can make something with that. You never know. So, again, I'm going to keep this in here. Then I got this one again. I didn't put this together because there's a lot of these out here. This is the birthday, does it have a name? Sunday Drive is what it's called. And there are lots of parts that can go with this for the card piece, I believe. I know there's Christmas one. There's one that's the back of a truck. There's bunches of these. This was only $4.74. I didn't put it together because, again, there's so many different variations of it. You can just do a search on YouTube and find something. Then I got this bad boy. Now, again, you see, this was originally, how much I saved it, so we could see, because I cut the top off. This was also $34.99, marked down to $8.24. Now, I saw something else that I really liked, but reading the back of it, it said you needed a Big Shot Pro or a Big Shot Plus. Reading the back of this, it says a Sizzix Big Kick, a Big Shot, or a Vagabond. A Big Shot and Vagabond are the same as my Gemini Go. They have the, like, I think 7.5 inch, or it's a bigger, maybe it's a 6-inch plate. So I thought this would work, and I thought, okay, all I needed to do was fold it all together, which you do. It makes a very nice box without a bottom. So this one I did do a search on. And basically what you need to do when you cut this out, if you're using just a regular machine, is to fold your paper in half. Take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. I'll get one. I have one right here. I keep my black right here because I'm using it a lot more. I just take your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. If you purchase this and can't figure it out, there is a video on it. And fold it like this. Just fold it right in half. So it's 5 by 8.5 by 5.5. Okay. I used a bone folder to score it. And I ran it through my machine twice. And basically what you do is you take this flat end right here and put it right up against your end here. Let's see. I take it off my plate. Didn't think I'd be doing a tutorial on this, but I guess it's not a bad idea. Take this big piece and put it right on your fold. Now, my Gemini's magnetic sheet doesn't work very well, so what I did is I just taped it here and here. If it ripped, I wouldn't be using this part. And then what it'll do is it'll cut two pieces that are connected in the middle. And I'll show you what the finished product looks like here once I slide this back down inside. I wasn't going to put this on a plate, but it has these wax rings and all these little bits and parts, so I did do that. And I also wrote the directions here. Fold 8.5 by 11.5. Run through Gemini. Now, because this is a thicker piece of paper, I ran it through my Gemini twice, so it cuts all the way through. And this is what you will end up with. Now, I sealed mine. It will be one giant piece. Fold it all together. It's a decent sized box. You could also take a piece of twine. And now what I did is I glued the bottom piece on. It's not going to open because I glued the bottom piece on. I used tape, but it wouldn't stick. So there we go. And you have this really nice, decent sized box. And it's a fairly deep box and fairly wide. So you get lots of space to put stuff in. Look at this. It fits 1, 2, will it fit 3? No, it's not going to fit 3, but it fits 2 of these decent sized bottles. So, really cool. And these are good size. Those are from Target last week. So, but I really liked that hack. And I will be using it again when I make more of these, because I will be using these. I like these. I like the pillow boxes that I made in a video I did yesterday, but I also like these. These are very big. So these are good for like teacher gifts, a couple of tea bags, and a few, you know, like the prepackaged Oreo cookies would fit in here, I think. So really nice, really cool. So I love that. I'm keeping this just so I know where my mistake was made. And I do like the wax seals. There's little hearts and stars and flowers. Also has a whole row of letters that you can cut out, so you can spell out like happy birthday or I love you or whatever you want to do with that. And that. And then I got this little doodad. This pumpkin. I'm going to actually zoom out. There we go. Got this pumpkin. And I bought this for a reason. This was half price, so I paid $5 for it. I saw a video, and I can't remember if it was TikTok or Instagram, and it's been around for a while. Basically, I'm going to use my Cricut Joy to spell out our last name. And then put a giant... the first initial of our last name. My last name begins with an H, so I'll put my last name here and then a giant H here. Very pretty and scripty and some pretty inexpensive fall decor. So really like that. I have a teal one downstairs too, so I might use both of them. And then I found this bad boy, and I'm actually going to, I think I'll keep it at this distance because you can see the whole sheet. It's a 12 by 12 paper pad from the Paper Studios called Joyful Gatherings. It's part of their new line, I think. That's why so much stuff was clearanced. And I'm going to do a quick flip through for it. There's 20 designs, 3 of each, so there's 60 sheets. And I just loved the coloring in this. Look at that. Beautiful teal pumpkins. Then there's this, I'll bring it up to see the design a little bit better. It's like a wheat type of, this beautiful paisley. Gorgeous giant sunflowers. Love this pad. This scripty sweater weather, pumpkin pie, crisp fall air, warm and cozy family time. Really pretty. And then this gorgeous plaid. I'll bring it up to show the colors better. Lots of rusts and oranges. And then another teal page with fall leaves on it. Happy fall, believe, harvest. Another one with almost like hollyberry. Shades of very pale pink, light tan, and a darker red. And then this one, which is just dashes and dots. More pumpkins. And then this gorgeous design, almost like there's paisley in there, but it almost looks like a mandala. I know it's not, but it reminds me of that. I like the softness of the teal in that. This is really pretty, this plaid with the teal stripe down it. It's a little bit deeper, thankful page with all the leaves. The various types of leaves on that, so pretty. A little bit less busy if that's what you're into, which I kind of am. This like tile with different designs on it. And actual wheat. And then this really pretty, almost like a gingham type of check. Some more sunflowers. And this beautiful, that's definitely a paisley kind of a color. And then more leaves. Really pretty designs there. So that's that from Hobby Lobby. I have a few things from Stampin' Up. I might do a separate video for that. Where are we at? We're at 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you next time. Bye.